myself just a little bit. But yes, I think we'll begin with a bit of confusion in the last time we were playing, as all the players, all the characters are effectively standing up to look around, check the area, probably recovering from this attack that was just had. One particular ally, I think, almost went down or did go down at some point, but saved they were. As you're all in the ship, it doesn't take long for company to arrive. I don't know if Jeff is going to come. Doesn't take long for company to arrive as someone comes rushing down the steps as you were all alone. The Drider having stepped away for a bit. Yeah, this individual comes down, seems to recognize a couple of you individuals as people who were at the church defending it from the shard, from what the context of what they're saying is going on. But in that, a quick flash of light occurs. And yeah, actually, Lunara and Crush, I'm gonna move them. They sort of disappear with the light. And Fifi as well is taken away, leaving the two of you. But you do see, I'll say you see Bjorn for now, looking around, confused as why his allies all suddenly disappeared, as this creature is, as this entity is asking questions. Hello, Jeff. Welcome back.
All right. Computer decided to shut up on me.
I figured it was some thing that occurred, but I'll just catch you up real quick. The individual runs down as you guys slay this mind flayer, who was shouting things about Adisor and how all glory is he, or whatever. And as they're taken down, struck down by a massive explosion of a radiant light, that light almost immediately does seem to snap or sort of flash some of your allies away. So Lunara and Ange effectively aren't around anymore. Crash is gone, and you're seeing this very confused dark elf individual who seems to have the armor on and is pointing a weapon towards you guys, looking about, wondering why people are disappearing quickly.
You're talking about this person?
Yep. They say, "Hey, I recognize you," and Lunar disappears. And then they're looking at you, trying to suss out the situation. And they're sort of flabbergasted, their mouth agape a bit. What do you guys do?
Bjorn's gonna ask who the fuck they are.
Yeah, they're heavily armored. You might want to approach to get a better look, but yeah, make an intelligence check.
Bitch, of course you want me to make an intelligence. One
Just
of
to
my
remember
worst
something.
stats.
Just to remember something.
The intelligence saving throw or an intelligence
No,
check?
just a check. So yeah, 18 is sufficient for you to recognize just by voice alone that this is Ida, or Edda in some circles, but this is Ida. Wow, Ivory Heart. She looked like she was gonna attack Lunara possibly, or others, but they are concerned about all of you guys, and they are still holding a weapon up. This bone-like weapon, this long sword that is just pointed towards you, between you and them.
He's going to say, Ida.
Mm-hmm.
You remember me?
No, why should I? Who are you? What is this? What's this mess? Where'd your friends go?
And
They disappeared. It occasionally happens. Trust me. I've seen it a lot of times.
now you said this is Ivory Heart. That's her last name.
Mm-hmm.
Bjorn is going to produce the ring that he has that is engraved with hers and his name, and is going to toss it to her and just kind of stand there staring at her like it can't be.
Yeah, she puts the weapon she has on her side. It's hard to tell because she's kind of tucking it. It's still on her waist, and she just grabs that ring, looking at it. And at that, she sort of lowers the sword, but it's still hanging a little higher than waist level. Let's say. As they inspect it and recognize it, they say, "Bjorn, is that you?"
And Bjorn, hearing that, will smile and shake his head and say, "Yes, it is. It is me."
Oh,
And he's gonna walk toward her, and he's gonna put his hand on the top of her blade and just kind of push it toward the ground, like there's no need for this.
they hand you their the ring back, and she sort of just you see the armor that they have on, while originally probably would weigh a ton, being splint armor. You can tell that this has been modified to some degree, possibly to be lighter, uh, with use, as there is a combination of wreaths and leaves, these vines that seem to surround it, like literal, actual carbon-based plant life, just surrounding this armor. Uh, this is something that usually wouldn't be out, but seems to maybe require a situation before even utilizing. This armor is very powerful, and yeah, she lowers her the weapon, this massive longsword that seems to almost have this edge that doesn't stay straight, almost as if it is a jagged tooth. But they sort of just tuck it to the side. There are other weapons already in the, what is it? The, wow, I forget the sheath. But they're looking around and they're saying, "What are you doing with them? What's going on here? What happened? There was a bunch of noise. Was that you? Were you breaking stuff?"
Mind flare. Arthur spouts out.
She pulls out her longsword and rushes towards wherever the mind flayer is. First, not knowing that it has been slain, she steps on the couch here and she says, "Where is it? I'll destroy it." And then she
Dead.
sees the pile of near ash, and they sort of just, oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good for it to die. Where's your friend? I need to talk to them.
I'm
And
afraid
Bjorn,
they
Go ahead.
I'm afraid my friends disappear. It happens occasionally. I don't know where they go, but I'm pretty sure whatever business you have with them, I'm pretty sure you and I could come to an arrangement.
Yes, I think so as well, my friend. I saw you earlier. I have your name, and I didn't see it until just now, but you are carrying a set of wands around you. Are they real, or is it an illusion?
Um, Illusionary knickknacks. Some magic miser cheap me out a couple. Still
Are you...
useful at some situations.
Hold on. What magic is this thing around you?
Um, which magic thing are we talking
They
about?
are specifically talking about the three wands that are floating around you, since you are one of the people that slayed Ayala and you have been marked. So they're sort of pointing at these circulating wands around your waist. They seem to just orbit you.
Oh, these wands. Yeah. Some merchants I came across down here told me these things could offer me protection against weaponry. They've been spinning around me so far, and they seem to not be working properly.
Sure, is this a deception check? Are you
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
play
I'm
it
trying to
off like a story? This could be also how would you say, um, performance?
I'm gonna look for my character sheet and see. Come on.
Do you know your bonuses? Could you roll, or should I have?
Oh, I found the Roll20 character sheet
Okay,
app.
yeah. We'll
I'm
just
gonna
move you
choose.
where you want. Currently, you are still sitting in the original position you were in last time, I believe. Your performance is a total of 2.
Oh
She's
yeah.
she's looking at you, not
Ah,
believing a thing, and
it seems.
she says, "Indulge me, would you? Could you grab it and just cast it on that bench there, on a stool, your
Um.
pick."
Uh, Arthur kind of like signals Bjorn to get ready for a fight before grabbing the wand of levitation. I think it's called.
Oh, you don't know what these wands are.
Oh, they just grabs the closest one to him and hits one of the benches.
Oh, you want to grab just the closest one to you? You're not gonna ask me anything about the wands before you grab it?
I want to make it a surprise.
Roll d6.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Ask the DM.
Yes. No. There's no wrong answers here. There are no wrong answers here.
D6
Yes, please.
rolling
4. Okay,
4.
interesting. So, okay. All right. Uh, and I would have. No. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to count that high because, yeah. So here we are pointing this wand randomly from the floating essence that it is, and the moment you touch them, they all seem to just stand still as if pillars. Grabbing that wand, it is ethereal in your hand. It is missing opacity, see-through in all degree, but tangible enough as you do have a grasp on it, Arthur. And this one, which seems to symbolize some sort of crooked rock, very rough in shape, probably a little thicker than it should be for a wand, a functional wand. And yeah, you shoot a chain lightning that just cracks like three of these stools. Let's say you break four of them. So yeah, you use one of those wands in the presence of this person. They smile and they put their long sword to their shoulder, and they're sort of looking around to the two of you. They do pull their other blade out, and it is
Oh shit.
it is currently just hanging out. They're standing on it like a cane, and then they say to you, Arthur, "Oh, those were very expensive. You hit a lot more than I expected, but I do now know who we are dealing with." Looking to
Oh shit.
Bjorn, who seems to be missing this attire, this accoutrement of Ayala hanging around his waist. And then she does ask, "Why don't you have one? Are you not part of the group? Did you not slay my queen?"
No, I was saved
Sorry.
from being purchased.
Purchased. Oh, you hung around Project 23 when they were booting everybody, huh? Yes.
Not by choice.
Whatever issue was going on there, going to clear out soon. If you wanna help out, I see that you're free from chains now, but yeah, I could use a bit of a hand. I do have to wake up my sister though. It seems that, and they give a dirty look to Arthur as they say these words. His
Arthur
friends-
kind of like looks at him a little bit.
Hold on. His friends
Sorry.
had pets that took out my sister, which wasn't fun, I'll say. But yeah, Arthur, you say something as they're looking at you with this look of disdain.
I should have you known. Now, just ask this one question. I'm not very good at perceived threats, but are you threatening me and trying to recruit Bjorn against me?
No. Why would I kill a chosen of Ayala? You're marked.
I killed your
If anything,
queen.
That's all good and great. They sort of pull on their it'd be like their sleeve a bit, revealing their rapier a little more to you now. But you do see a bit of either a scar or a tattoo, hard to tell because they have very deep, dark skin. But they do point it out to you. It looks like the shape of a sword of some sort, surrounded by some effigy of maybe a rose, a simple flower bordering it. As they point you to that, they just say, "Ayala has asked for death for a long time. This is what frees her. The people of the underworld have been pleading for this. If anything, you've made my job easier, and much to my chagrin, I will probably have to keep from slaying you, although I would like to. But I'm bound, it seems."
For what it's worth, I do apologize for any grievances me or my friends have caused.
It's perfectly fine. It's just gonna cost about 300 gold of resources that I'll be able to implement shortly. But yeah, actually, maybe you guys could help me out a little bit with that. How's that? You guys wanna help free the underworld? Is that what you're doing? Because Well, I don't know what you're doing, Bjorn. I don't know why you're here. We should probably check back in the south relatively soon. I haven't been there in a while, and my soldiers there have not reported. I've been backtracked a couple days because, and then they give the look to Arthur every time they mention Arthur's friends. His friends seem to have really caused a bit of a mishap. One of my griffins are heavily injured, and well, yeah, if we don't check back on those creatures, those things, what do you guys call them again? Hulks? Those no orcs.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
The gloom orcs or something?
Gloom orcs. Yes. They've been gaining some footing from the borders that my side of the family has kept an eye on. I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of the people are leaving the underworld.
Alright, they're grim orcs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever they're called, they're ugly. They look like plants, but also not. They look like fleshy plants. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Oh yeah, those things.
In mid talk, Bjorn is just going to walk and kind of brush the hair from her face.
She's wearing like a helmet. You barely see her.
He's gonna kind of like then in that aspect, he's gonna kind of place a hand on her shoulder and look at her and go, "Look at me without your helmet, please."
I will do my best. I make no promises. But remember, I'm just here for the good of this place. I care nothing for allegiances or what do you call them things? Politics? Whatever that is. Whatever my parents talk about. That nonsense. I'm not concerned with that.
That we
You and I
agree.
once didn't care about politics. We only cared to make sure the clans were safe, and that we one day would leave this place together.
No one's gonna leave here if we leave this state this way. If anything, you guys are the closest thing to fixing this thing. What's up with all the people upstairs? Like, there's a lot of people upstairs.
And Bjorn just kind of looks at Arthur with like that look of, "Shut the fuck up, Arthur."
Arthur sits down, slumped over, and is there like a wine glass near me?
Yeah,
The
sure.
table is
There's a
sitting.
whole fucking
Yeah.
wine
This
cask sitting
place-
on the table.
Yeah, space is all wine.
Oh, they just grabs one and like tried to do a taste testing.
Yeah, you read the room, huh?
Bjorn takes his hands on either side of her helmet and removes it to look at her, out of the helmet, at her. He says, "We have been hiring people to help repair the ship and to try and get as many out and free this place. Like you and I said that we would do when we were younger. Like the great plans that we had when our families met and you and I swore to each other that no matter what, we would guide each other through battle to the gates of Valhalla. And then you left.
You lift the helmet off this individual, and again, is very light for what it should be. And as most of their face is revealed, you're seeing dozen new scars on her face when she once never really had much. And they all seem to be battle scars of some degree. Others seem to imply torture. But as they sort of look around to you, almost trying to cover their face, they're unable to, really, as you're speaking.
He
Uh,
takes the bear cloak off, which covers most of his chest, showing the battle scars that he has. Some old, fighting alongside her. Some new from fighting with his new friends. And he looks at her and goes, "I care not of scars. Your scars only add to your beauty, Edda.
Bjorn,
I have never stopped to figure out where you are."
Bjorn, there's scars I can't show. She grabs her helmet, throws it back on, pushes you off, puts her weapons back in the scabbard? Sure. And they sort of look around. They're pouty now. They have their arms crossed and stuff. They're kind of upset that they didn't get some anger out against the dead body, the pile of ash that is slowly melting away, as you can see. And they are looking at the empty space of where your allies were. But then they say, "We're wasting time. These people are here to help you fix the Ona Serene. That'll be a great boon for getting everyone out. Hell, we could throw my ship in there and take care of business from the Ona Serene. Do you guys have a power or access to it? What new developments about it?"
And Bjorn now will look at
Arthur,
Arthur and go, "Arthur, now you may explain." As he pours Edda a
You
glass
see,
of
Bjorn. Arthur puts down the glass and says, "Me and the friends that we disappeared, and our new accompanied friend Bjorn here, are the new captains of the ship. Let's just say, technically speaking."
Of what? The big ship?
The Project 13, yes. The previous captain,
Yeah, hold on.
how do I...
Arthur, as you are saying that, you're interrupted by this, how would I say, boisterous laughter. It's obnoxious at the very least. They seem to sort of revel with the idea of a captain actually existing for the Ona Serene. They sort of keel over, grabbing their gut as they seem to be in this near contagious state of laughter. There's a bit of a minute 4 seconds, a minute 10, and she's just like breathing this heavy like like sighs and trying to recover. Then they look up to both of you, straight in your eyes. Her face sort of drops, and she says, "You guys are serious?"
Yes. More than one captain.
Where's the key?
Bjorn just looks at her and goes, "There was some big robot, and it turned on the thing and died."
Robot. What did it look like? What was it? Was it with this guy? They're pointing at the ground.
It was more like a giant robot beholder-like creature. It was having machinations to take over the underworld, apparently. But I think the captain gave us a digital key, like a biological key for each of us.
Those
You know,
are
like
words. What are you talking about?
basically we became the key.
They rub their helmet where their temple would be, and they sort of look at you guys with like these furrowed eyebrows through their furrowed eyebrows. They're looking at you, and they ask, "What does that mean? Do you like die every time you turn it on, or is it a simple matter
Arthur
of like you need to be in a?" What do you do?
Arthur puts out his hands and shows the glowing hand.
Yeah, so your hand actually
Like the
isn't
glowing
glowing,
hand.
and it only glows when you're in front of something that would activate with it. So there's like a whole campaign hidden in the Project 23 that we're not going to talk about until we're in space. So don't worry about that yet. But
Bjorn just looks at Edda and goes, "What he's trying to say is somehow we have access to the ship without having a key." And he looks at her and goes, "It's almost like, remember as kids we used to ride those giant lizards? And instead of using a saddle and building trust, we used a stick."
yeah, but that acts as a key. So
Exactly.
you're saying you don't need a key because you are the key.
We are the key.
Does it put you in a state of limitation?
Nope. Not as far as we saw.
Very interesting. This Atasaur tech is probably best taken a look at because I've never heard of such a thing. Anyways,
Well, bye.
you guys are pretty strong. I think between the three of us, we could probably do it. Do you guys want to help me fix my ship? It could be a little more powerful. I just like got this thing stuck on it. I don't want to get into it too much, but it could be very useful for us, I think. If I'm to help,
Before we,
that is the case. If I'm to help, because if I'm to help you guys find more people to fix the Project 23 with my resources and my know-how to get around in this zone and the southern zones and the dragon zones, I could figure them all out. It's just pretty much the Darklands that everybody goes to, and they're pointing at Bjorn, sort of like, yeah, like everyone avoids the Darklands because that's where the Grimorks are.
Arthur interjects that we already have someone looking for crewmates to fix the ship. But if Bjorn trusts you, I probably will trust you too. So I guess we can help you.
Well, you misunderstand. I would not join your crew. I'll help you get people in the Project 23, as that is the most massive of the ships around, and probably would benefit from being filled up prior to escaping. Again, there are people that want to stay in the underworld, myself included, and others that will definitely leave.
We already met those who are willing to leave.
Yeah, I'd want to make it as accessible as possible for those who wish to leave. But if I'm to do that, I might have to get my ship working a little better.
Bjorn, what do you think of this?
Bjorn is like awestruck with the fact that this person that he loved is and thought he lost is standing in front of him.
I don't know if you
Just
love
like
them. You may have had the idea of love for them, but you guys may have never exactly connected. It's close enough.
And
But
they never had the chance,
yes,
because
exactly.
when he went to have that, it she disappeared. And
But yeah, there was just more infighting between the cybernetic monsters that were crawling around in the underworld. A lot of restructuring of the areas, which leave many spots or accessible routes to one or the other, usually blocked or what have you. And it's harder to commute, you know?
Bjorn looks at Arthur and goes, "They've fought alongside Edda. Her blade hits hard, and she's quite handy." I
Well,
say, welcome.
well, I got the same idea too. So I guess we're all in agreement then. Arthur says for stepping up and start walking up the stairs.
No, we gotta go downstairs, buddy.
Oh, sorry. And then he started walking downstairs. I definitely knew this is this way.
And
Arthur says it could be a question. I definitely know this is this way.
they walk down. Come over here. They see the crew area. They sort of look around, check the area that seems to be nearly empty. They come all the way to the back. You guys could join, assuming you guys do join Hedda.
Yeah, I pretty much on her side. I mean, she's offering to help.
So as we all approach the very front of the ship, the bow or the bottom of it, I don't know things about stuff. I have a cheat sheet right here to my right, but it's not telling me
the deepest hall. The deepest hall.
As you guys approach this area, it seems that we're arriving to a bit of a corner that has a ton of mechanisms, tubing, wires, and a lot of reinforcement all around it, seemingly to protect this area. There is a massive glowing rock, like a blue rock that seems to just fade in and out with the light. It's dim, and then it's bright, and then it's dim for a long time, and then it brightens up after a while. And stuck upon it is this sword. It's just a sword that it looks mundane. It's probably a long sword. It's stuck between the rock itself, almost like King Arthur's sword, I'll say, like Excalibur would be, if not a little slanted, almost like someone did stick it in there on purpose. Edda sort of just puts her hand on the hilt of the weapon. They say, yeah, this thing's been here for a long time, collecting a ton of energy from this power base. Usually you want to keep something in there for a good amount of time and remove it, but this one's been very tough to get out. And I mean, I've dodged it out this far over the last 12 years. I don't know if you guys could help.
Arthur guides Bjorn and tells him, well, you're the strongest amongst us. Well, it's also that cracking a Arthur joke. What's that cracking a Arthur joke? Whoever will lift the sword from the stone will become the royalty of England.
I know that story. That's based off like why we made that. Yeah. They rush out. They say, oh, hold on. They rush out. They go up the stairs. And they're gone for a bit. Yeah, what do you guys do? They seem excited that you said those exact phrases, Arthur.
Even the royalty part? Usually it's just King of England.
How far into this is this sword stuck?
It's barely in there. You can tell that maybe at one point it was stuck in there pretty deeply, and over time, yeah, it looked like it's been shimmied out a good amount. It might just need a good plunge off, just like a good hand, a hulking hand, I guess, would do it.
If I touch it, does anything happen to me?
No, just a sword.
Like there's
the sword is glowing with the light, but yeah,
no power that discharges into him. Bjorn looks at Arthur and goes, "Should I pull it out?"
I mean, do you want to be the king of England? I mean, do you want to be the king of England?
Bjorn will grab it.
We are not in England, first of all.
Oh, I know. I just figure I might as well continue right on the joke.
Yeah, you wanna pull it?
Yeah, he's gonna grab it and pull it out.
By yourself?
Yep.
Okay, you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
That's usually
Yeah,
comes
by
for
yourself?
I'm gonna rage first.
Okay, yeah. Valid. This way you'll get advantage on strength checks.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll me.
He's gonna look at Arthur and go, "Here goes nothing," and then rage and try to pull the sword from.
Sure. Roll me a strength check. Hope you get it.
Not a saving throw, just a check.
Just a check. You have advantage. Roll D100. Don't roll low.
Roll a what?
D100. And don't roll low. Excellent. So you don't gain exhaustion trying to pull this thing out by yourself, as it seems to be very stuck in there. You're straining for about a minute, and then you guys hear the footsteps coming back down, and eventually Edda arrives with a book labeled "Sword in the Stone."
Bjorn's going to try to pull it again.
Edda says, No, don't pull it, not by yourself. You hurt yourself. You're crazy. What the? I leave for 2 seconds. They give Arthur the book. Arthur, I'm assuming you're there, by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Just there, left me of Bjorn.
They give you this book.
His character like disappeared off the boat.
Yeah. Edda gives you the book of King Arthur and the Sword of the Stone, and it does dictate pretty closely the events of a king called Arthur, although it is not based in England. You can tell pretty quickly, like they have different phrases and other stuff. It has been
good 3,000 years or more.
Yeah. But they quickly rush over to Bjorn, put their hand on the thing, on the handle of the sword, and they say, "No, don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. You need like 2, maybe 3 people, or you need to be like very super strong or something." They kind of punch you right quick. Yeah, you probably could have done it. Like maybe they look at the sword. Hey. You did nudge it a bit. Come on, let's try to do it. And yeah, they're actually ready to do it if you guys want to help.
Oh yeah,
Arthur goes up and helps.
So everyone's grabbing a sword. Right.
This is gonna be fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, and everyone's gonna pull, right?
Yeah.
So as we pull this thing, I would like everybody to, and you're still raging, Bjorn. So roll with advantage, strength check, and Arthur roll a strength check, and I roll
21 with advantage.
21 is good. 18, okay. Almost like her hand kept slipping off, trying to grab as you guys are pulling up on this thing pretty easily. It is angled. She was sort of grabbing from the side in a bad position where she couldn't really aid you guys much. But the DC was lowered for 3 people holding it, and as it sort of does give you a bit of a swing noise, you guys realize as you're all falling to the ground with the sword in hand. At least one of you do have it. And it's off. I need to have Bjorn do it since he was in the front. Roll a d6. Roll 2 d6s. Separately.
I have to roll 2 d6s?
Separately.
You said 2 d6s?
Yes, separately, please.
Shit.
Okay. So. No, this is all good. So as you all sort of grab at it, everyone's hands on this thing as it releases from the rock, this massive gem, probably 600 pounds at minimum, and it just glows and glows and immediately stops shining any light in this room. This room is now completely dark for anyone who does not have dark vision, which is all of you, I believe. And there seems to be a bit of curses being sprayed out by Edda, but she's looking at Bjorn, who has this weapon, and she says, "Damn it, you got it! Fuck, I wanted it!" As she's trying to grab at it.
He just holds it above his head because he knows he's taller than her.
What does it do? What does it do? That sword has been lingering in that zone for a long time with all the years of power it would have given based off the wizard's incantation on the rock. Okay. You know, Bjorn, off the bat, this weapon has a... How do I say? There's a 60% chance of... How would I say? So, on a hit, it has a 60% chance for there to be like a splash effect around your enemy. Other than that, you just know it's easy to hit, easy to swing. It's pretty strong.
Bjorn just looks at her and goes, "It's a sword."
Yeah, this is mine. Gimme. I don't know what it does.
I
so
suggest-
try it out. You picked it up, so...
Arthur interjects. Please give the lady who spent 12 years of her life. I have the sword.
I mean, oh, no, hold on. You're new here, I'll say, as everyone got themselves up after a second, obviously, and they're sort of dusting Arthur off. And over here, we like to gift or trade in this place you like to call the underworld. The stratum exists by handing one piece of stone to another when you're done with it. I might be done with this stone. Who knows? Maybe you give me one of your cool weapons. I'll take any. I'll take one of those wands if they remove, but I don't think they do.
Arthur then ruffles around through the swords he has in his inventory and puts on display on the ground in front of him the iron long sword and the flaming short sword. Or was it a great sword? Can't remember.
Flaming short sword?
No, I'm talking about the flaming one, the one that barely works.
Yeah, the fire short sword is a short sword.
And the great, and that great sword I grabbed somewhere along the way.
Which great sword?
There is this weird. Why is there one?
What about
Or even
Bjorn? Does Bjorn want to hold on to this and give something else up?
Bjorn hands her a javelin.
They're not grabbing the javelin. They're looking at you like you're nuts. Oh no, equal trade, please. We're close enough. You know, Bjorn. At least you know better, I think. I mean, our parents were trying to trade us off.
Arthur interjects, trade you off?
I'm embellishing. I'm being dramatic.
Oh, I thought you...
I should wake my sister before the time is allotted. Well, actually,
Bjorn hands her the sack of an umber hulk sack. The thing I got from the lady. I wrote down in my notes, umber hulk sack.
Umber hulk sack?
Yeah, the lady
on
there.
the Umber hulk sack. I have that bag of the Tarask.
Oh, Tarask. That's what it is. And I put.
You want to give her that?
He's gonna hold that out to her.
They look at it. What does that do there?
24 hours, you become a Tarask.
Oh. What? Why would you want to do that?
If it is not good enough for you, then... But you get their strength and everything, and their health.
I have their strength. I could slay one in a moment.
Fine. It's also worth quite a bit of gold.
I don't need gold. Who needs gold here? Oh,
that is true.
I'll probably get rid of some of my gold. A lot of people will be going to the overworld, huh? Interesting. Great concept. Thank you, Bjorn.
Arthur offers his giant scissors.
You pull out a giant pair of scissors. Ida reels back, looking upon you, and the wide eyes behind the helmet that is shadowing most of her face is clear.
Oh.
They
sort of giant scissors.
They sort of approach slowly, touch the scissors, and they say, "Did you slay him? Is this a
no? It's a awakened dream reward from an awakened dream."
What? Wait.
He then explains the awakened dream story he had.
You tell Edda the awakened dream story. They're baffled by this. They don't understand how you were able to grab anything in an awakened dream. She's had a pair of them, and never has she been able to do much other than look around. So she's very confused, saying, "The benefit of the awakened dream is to know information that you did not have once in this lifetime, which is very interesting because you'd assume that any lifetime that is you would trail along the same footsteps, but I guess in a past, not the past, which is an odd phrase that was drilled into me by my instructors, but a past is capable to be peered upon. You're telling me you brought something through it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was going in the center of a dark room, so, why not grab the giant scissors?
May I inspect it?
Of course. Arthur then, brings it out, hilt in front of her, instead of the blade.
Yeah, this thing doesn't even have a hilt. It's sort of just magically wraps itself when when it's not being in use. It's very safe. These are like safe scissors. So it has like this cloth, this almost ghostly cloth that covers it. So you can't really tell what it is other than like the handles. And only if you knew what you were looking at would you understand that you're seeing a pair of scissors on someone. And again, these are comically large on this dragonborn. Regardless, as Ida grabs it, she pulls it apart, splits it in half, and you see two long swords in her hands. And she's just grabbing it, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, the tales are true. Hadrosaur's weaponry. This is a god weapon."
Oh,
Sort of looking
really?
at the two of you. A grin rises on their face as they're holding the magical scissors in their hands. And they sort of slowly have that face dissipate, their grin just go back to a more solemn look. They latch the scissors back on. They give you the weapon back by the handle. And they say, "That is something anyone will kill you for. Even myself, as I have had a thought about it. I will admit, I would rather not kill you guys for this thing. Maybe after Ayala's free, we could revisit this conversation, I think, but that would be out of order, I think."
Arthur said, "Suit yourself," before putting the scissors back in his back. What about the other blades I'm offering in exchange?
I mean, I'll take that if you want. I don't think it'd be equivalent exchange, because that alone is marked, used, and I think created by Adasor. I would easily pay 50,000 gold for it. That weapon
For
is
the
not
giant
worth
scissors?
50,000 gold. And at this point, they do grab the sword that you're holding, Bjorn, as they wouldn't look at it now. It's just you telling me if you let them grab it.
Oh, the sword that he pulled from the stone?
Yeah.
He spins it hilt first to her.
They take it, sort of looking at it. It's hard for them to wield it. They're not attuned to it at the moment. You are auto-attuned to it because you pulled it out and you were the last hand on it. Do you have 3 attunements already?
No, I don't have any attunements.
So you had this one on. You don't have any attunements on?
Mm-mm.
It's a shame. You probably need more items, more weapons and stuff. But yeah. They sort of give it back, saying, weaponry I don't really need. This one is, it's nice, but I have this. They're sort of tapping on their weapons that they have on them. I was honestly gonna go back and check on Mikkel back in the castle hold, but they might be a lost cause. They might not be the horse to back on his bet.
Bjorn will look at her and go, "Have you visited home at all?"
This whole place is my home.